Good day, everyone. This is my player home, my preferred living on my own scenario, apart from the rest of the settlers. And I'm going to take you on a tour of the house I've built. Obviously, fusion generator gives me all the power I could possibly need, especially for a single home. See here I have my alien blaster. Oh, let me get out of the way really quick. I do use mods. I have USO installed, UCO, and Scrap That Settlement. And interestingly enough, I had to disable Scrap That Settlement in order to perform this build, but once it was performed, I could turn it back on and get rid of the debris. So let me take you on a tour of the place. Here we have my personal quarters. You can see that I've got, my silver shroud and some of my magazines and a place to do some working. It looks like I may have been planning on drawing up a schematic for something. It looks like I got a ruler out here. Over here we've got some armor and some bobbleheads. Some more armor. This is the Chinese sub-commander's uniform. I've recently finished the Automatron DLC, so here's the Mechanist uniform. Obviously, I am the General of the Minutemen, so here is my Minuteman General's uniform. UCO allowed me to change the decal, which gave me a more appropriate chest piece for the Minutemen. As you may or may not know, the fusion generator stands too tall for me to have a single-story house here, so I have put a second floor on sort of a loft over the room here. Maybe I'll turn this into a breakfast nook, haven't decided, but it's got a very industrial feel. Obviously, I have some weapons I've picked up. The vaporizing napalmer, the alien blaster pistol, the Tesla gun, or the tactical Tesla rifle. That's the Nimble 308 combat sniper rifle. I upgraded it to 308. It's a very nice sniper rifle. Really have to say I love that. We do have roof access out here. I really wish Ada would shut up, but she won't, so that's the way life goes. Obviously, I haven't done a lot with the roof up here. I got rid of a bunch of stuff, but not everything. And of course, I'm using it for defensive purposes. And here we have this wonderful brick texture in USO. In the concrete section, you can go into textures, and there's brown, red, white brick options. It makes it so much nicer than just having concrete everywhere. Barn floors are again my preferred flooring. And let's take a walk into the rest of the building. This hallway, of course, leads out into my stairway, which I have to tell you, this stairway and a large portion of this build was heavily inspired by CordlessVII. I saw this stairway on one of his builds and really enjoyed the look of it. It made it feel right, especially for this location. We come downstairs, and I put some lighting on here because I really love this advertisement. I think it was an excellent thing to highlight here. If I ever allow settlers to come here, other than robotic ones, this may be ending up as a sort of barracks area. Currently you'll see sleeping bags. That's for McCready and my provisioner. McCready is technically the overseer at the house here.
I will ensure your safety to the best of my ability.
Ada and a couple of other bots work here. Here is my workshop, cleaned up very nicely. As usual, I have all the amenities in one spot. Everything that you could possibly want in one place. Fire extinguisher, because you never can be too careful, right? And then we come out into the original Red Rocket store, and we've got some things here to sell in the event that any travelers come by and want something to eat, or need some clothing, or perhaps they need some medications, or maybe some psycho or mentats are on their mind. We've got almost everything you could imagine here. Here we have my Eatertronic, and it looks like McCready's been chomping away and eating what's left in there. So, as you can see, I made a simple galley kitchen over here. Yeah, nothing too exciting. Tried to do, I got rid of the trash, but I tried not to take out any of the posters or the tool racks. And here is the bathroom. As usual, we've got our toilet and toilet roll. We've got a vanity set up over here. You know, someplace for doing your makeup in the morning. Our sink and mirror with our toothbrush and towel. And of course our shower. Nothing too extravagant. Scavenged it from some housing, but wanted to have something nice to take care of daily business with. And as we come back out into the main shop area, you'll see that we have some potted plants. These are potatoes, obviously. We have some more potatoes over there, and some potted trees over here. Gives me the food requirements for my
systems are continuing to function at peak efficiency.
Settlers, the provisioner, otherwise I get the exclamation point that says there's not enough food here. This is the robotics lab, which is where I took the inspiration from CordlessVII. He set up almost the same thing. He did 2 stories and had a balcony and lots of power armor at his place, I bet. But no, I've got my my different suits of power armor. I scavenged through the game. I've got the first set that I got from rescuing the Minutemen, and yeah, I decided to honor them by painting it as such. And most of this suit came from liberating Zamonja Outpost. The leader there was wearing Raider power armor and tried to mini-nuke me. So luckily I was not where he thought I was, and I was able to take him down before he fired a second nuke. I found this set of power armor. There was a battle between Rust Devils and some Brotherhood of Steel, and the Brotherhood of Steel helmet and torso survived the battle after the soldier got killed. I don't know why he didn't have arms and legs, but he didn't. And then I really do not recall where I found the Tesla T60 stuff. It was, I did have to kill somebody to get it, mini-boss, during the Automatron DLC, but I can't remember that character's name. As we come around here, you can see that we're working on a suit of power armor. This is the T-51. I finally got the last piece and started painting it up. Thinking about doing some upgrades. Got some powerful magnet over there, some circuit cards, yeah, some tools to put some work in on it. Trying to get some of these old Vaultec computer systems online, grabbing some circuit cards, and maybe we'll get one or two of these up and running.
Your silence is troubling.
I managed to get this scanner up and running, so it's a good start. During my fight that got me those parts, I found this suit just sitting in a closet at the Fort Hagen satellite array. So that was a nice grab. It even had a fusion core in it. I've got room for one more suit of power armor if I need one. And then we come over here. This is my robotics station. Gotta have some Nuka-Cola on hand. Can't go without some of that. Fire extinguisher for the mistakes. So it looks like we've got some parts laid out for putting up our new one. I like the Mr. Handy booster, so instead of using legs on most of my builds, I'm going to use that, so I've got to keep a good supply of Mr. Handy fuel on hand. And over here we have, some knickknacks for studying over here, and I added some terminals from the USO to make it look like the whole system requires a lot more computing power. Some objects that I've picked up here and there. A beer, so while I'm working I can refresh myself. Little Mr. Gutsy down here. And of course,
All systems are go, man.
I don't remember putting
What a
a
surprisingly
pencil in
pleasant
the
day.
desk, but it's
Perhaps
there,
a
and
delicious
the
experience.
enhanced targeting card seems to have fallen through the desktop there. We can fix that. Plenty of oil to keep the system well lubed. Okay, we're going to take a step out the front door here.
What a surprisingly pleasant
And out this door you can see that's one of my guard bots right there. Literally, he is named Guardbot. He has two long-range weapons. One is a sniper barrel, the other is an automatic barrel. I am hoping that the AI is smart enough to make him use the sniper barrel at range and the automatic barrel at close range, but we'll see. As you can see, these barbettes that I use to store my power armor inside are also turreted. That's right, I've got laser turrets on them. I think I have about 140 defense rating here. I really don't need to defend this place, but I do because it's attacked frequently. I decided to put together a somewhat more imposing turret stand. I wanted the impression that the turrets themselves can retract into the stone pillar. So I built the concrete pillar and carefully took one of the rounded floor pieces out, the quarter floor rounded section, and put a post in, a short post. Then I put the floor back. I put all the, there's two short posts in. Put all the floors back, put the turrets in place, and then I could snap the floors to the top again, just as if the when it retracts, it's still got a sealed top. I like that turret. It's a good four-way blast of power, If we come around here, you can see the outside of my Red Rocket build. I've given myself a nice secure secondary garage door that I can control only from the inside. And we've got that beautiful industrial look. I really have to say I love the way that turned out. I couldn't have asked for more on that look. It screams industrial, late 50s, early 60s architecture, the kind of stuff that the game is really based around. Okay, as we come around here on this side, you can see that I have windows in the, well, not glass windows, but windows in the stairwell. But up there you can just barely see the glass window above the hallway that leads into the my living quarters. Just pillar glitched a pair of the warehouse half glass walls into the opening, and then on the roof I put down a second set of roof tiles on top of the existing roof to make the overlap, so it really gets at it's almost Bauhaus style. Oh, there's my sentry bot. Again, I absolutely fell in love with this Automatron DLC. This one I only gave one weapon to. The other is a pincer, but I thought that was an adorable looking robot. As we come around here, you can see I've still got most of the objects that we started the game here with. I never even emptied this ice box. There's still a bone in there. I scrapped the... Thank you, McCready. I knew I shouldn't have made you the overseer here, but I'll live with it. I scrapped the existing picnic table and rebuilt, thanks to USO for making sure that this was in the list. I think it's a USO ad. It might be in the vanilla game, I don't remember. But of course this one you can sit at, the one that was originally back here, the seats are not present. Over here I just used a rug to slide two fireplaces together in a slightly larger set so that our barbecue can look like it's got an appropriately sized fire, and I offset it a little bit to the right here because I imagine that these are actually cooking, where these are doing the very low heat type, getting just a kiss of the heat, waiting for their chance to be put up on the turnstile. And of course here we have another little plot of corn. Mudfruit corn tomato makes the world go round. Here we have a barbecue grill for us to do some grilling on, and I'm not seeing the food that I had put up on there. I'm gonna wager that, oh, there's some of it. It has a high likeliness that it fell through. This
point? I'll shoot.
This build was had to be gamma gunned in order to complete. Not too much, however. I did knock it back down to about half a bar available, but I really only needed to put a few lights up after I put the robot's workstation in, so it wasn't a lot of extra build. This is a piece that I learned to do over on School Zone. The barbecue comes from the Far Harbor DLC. The lower portion of the barbecue is actually the dispenser from the cafe, and if you walk around the back here, you can do it from either side. That's a flamethrower trap. And that flamethrower trap, normally you hook the top up to a power line, and it on a tripwire actually. When you run across a tripwire, it shoots the fire directly out.
Could really use a
When
sealant.
it runs out of power or it runs its allotted amount of time, the fire dies and it just starts smoking, and you have to repair it in order to reset it. I just took the wire off of it, and then I sunk it back here. And the way I sunk it back in here, the nozzles continuously smoke, so they make the grill smoke. And I purposely chose this location because it almost looks like this pipe goes inside here and is providing the fuel that runs the turrets. Little LP gas bottle. And this looks more like a regulator now that it's sitting up here. Not a bad spot for it. As we come around the other side here, you can see that
Would you like me to go with you?
our water purifier is here, or not water fire, that's just a pump, not a purifier. I do have the guard mats out. I have 3 on this side and 3 on that side to make the 2 guards wander a bit, because remember, every settler, whether it's a constructed robot or a human settler responding to a beacon, when you assign them as guard duty or gardening, they will provide 6 points of either security or gardening. 6 points of food or 6 points of security. So if you put up a guard post and it says it provides 2, and you assign 1 guard to it, and then you put up 2 more guard posts, they will wander between them. Choosing the location of those guard posts will allow you the opportunity to have them do a patrol. In this case, these robots actually do circle the building pretty frequently, and it makes for an interesting patrol pattern. I haven't tried the 6 patrol points with 3 robots yet, or 3 guards of any sort yet, but I'm thinking that it'll continue to work the same way. And here we have the trash can that was here when I moved in, and I just piled all the things that would probably be too tall for, or too big to... Makes it look almost like we're waiting for the trash truck to show up. So, as we come back to the Red Rocket for the evening, we can come on home and up the stairs all the way up to our bedroom. Here you can see the bottom of those windows because they were just a little bit big. But I had to be in the right place on top, because if I wasn't in the right level on top, I would not have been able to put the roof tiles back in place. So I could not extend up, so I let them hang down a little bit. And of course, here we have... Oh, looks like my Mr. Handy is falling through the desk. Let's put him back in his place of honor. I am, of course, keeping him there because he reminds me of Codsworth. And that is my tour of my Red Rocket player home. I hope that you all enjoyed the tour and have a great gaming experience.